touch the baby will fail to thrive. Touch is so important. It's such an intrinsic part of our life and our needs as human beings that we need to learn to share it more.
I was at Burning Man and found myself in a yurt on the playa with a group of friends, and we just found ourselves snuggling together. I felt so at peace with the world. It just hit me that people all over the planet should be snuggling.
The Touch Positive movement and the communities that practice it are not about sex and sexual touch. They're about loving, affectionate, playful, fun connection that stems from the heart.
So in Love Tribe, we coined this term, touch positive. The idea was that we were interested in creating a more heart-conscious, touch-positive culture.
So one of the things that happens in our culture is we don't have many places to practice healthy, consensual, affectionate touch.
I organized a free hugs demonstration with a few friends because a lot of people in our culture are really deprived of touch, and it's such an essential thing, and it just seemed like it'd be really fun to get out in public and offer that to people.
Free hugs! Anybody want a hug? At some point I started going to these touch positive events and really opened up a whole new way of being with myself and learning to know what my own touch needs are and how to identify them and how to ask for what I need. This is a snuggle level event. So what that means is it's a non-sexual, platonic level event. This is basically a good safe space to learn what our touch needs are.
Touch positive for me is about learning that there is such a thing as positive touch and that it's okay to touch and be touched.
I've been very sick for 2 years and came to an event and realized that it was the first time in 6 months anyone had touched me without rubber gloves on.
Because I grew up in a pretty touch-deprived environment, I feel like, as it says in Bob's book, you know, that I feel that I spend most of my life vitamin T deficient.
For people like me that are shy, and it's harder, like you can totally sort of get lost in the background. This is a really easy way for me to make really authentic connections.
One point in time I was getting virtually all of my touch needs met through my primary romantic relationship, and over time I've come to realize that it's also nice to be able to connect with other people in a non-sexual, touch-positive way.
I have to really make an effort to remind myself that I'm not alone in the world.
I come from a lifelong history of depression, and social touch with people who I trust and who I care about is not something you can find in a pill. It's not something you can find in a shrink's office.
I think it is really easy to go through life feeling a little isolated, and it's just such a joy and such a privilege to find a safe place to connect with your community like this.
Makes me feel more connected to the world in general. And I think right now there's a lot of people out there who need that.
Consent is so important to positive touch. It is the safe container that allows people to explore touch and feel free to have touch, knowing that they will respect each other and knowing that they don't have to engage in something they don't want to.
I was wondering if you'd feel comfortable if I just put my arm around you and the rest of my head on your shoulder.
Oh, I would love that. That would feel great.
Oh, okay, let's try that. Would you like to spoon? Do you like to do that? I don't really feel like I'm ready to spoon with you.
It's so important to know that when someone says no, there could be a million reasons why they don't feel like they want to engage in that touch. And if you don't take it personally, then you can feel free to thank them for taking care of themselves.
But maybe when we know each other a little better.
And trust them that when they do say yes, they really mean it.
That looks really nice. Can I join you guys?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but
Come hither.
find a spot where you fit in.
Yeah. Okay.
Get comfortable. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have fallen into the place where everything is music. The strumming and the flute notes rise into the atmosphere. And even if the whole world's harp should burn up, there will still be instruments playing. So the candle flickers and goes out. We have a piece of flint and a spark.
One of the best ways that you can learn how to engage in positive touch is to come to a snuggle, where you really get to learn how to do this, and it's fun.
So Bob and I both realized how important touch was, and that there was books substantiating the importance of touch, but there weren't any how-to books on how to add more touch in your life in a healthy and respectful way. And so we realized that that was part of our assignment.
Since writing the book, we've led workshops on it all over the United States, and that's where we really began to learn that we needed a language to talk about what healthy touch was. When you interview people about their entire touch history, you find out that many people had a lot of ouches and negative touch in their life, a lot of abuse, but we also found out that a lot of people had neglect, an absence of healthy touch, the neglect. And by adding the vitamin T to healthy touch back, huge transformations happen. Eye contact is touch. You really feel touch when somebody is present and looking into your eyes. Even the sound of somebody's voice is actually making contact with your body. Humans have been dancing around a campfire since the beginning of time. A passion in my life is contact improv. I do it 2-3 times a week for the past 10-15 years. It's because it's a mega dose of vitamin T. You get to make contact with a different person, and every person is a different culture, and every person is someplace different on this path of being comforted. It's so important. It provides us this opportunity to connect, because it's not just touch that we're talking about. It's really the connection, it's the affection, it's the TLC factor. In dance, you take touch plus movement, it's a great combination. So dance gives us this permission, this cultural space to dance and to play with each other. Contact improv dance provides a mega dose of vitamin T, of TLC, and it's a great way to get your daily dose.
These touch positive events really come naturally to people, like breathing air or drinking water.
Touch should not be reserved just for romantic relationships.
We really envision communities in every city and town around the world where people can come together and create these events for themselves.
I really believe that the future of our world depends on us being connected.
Bob and I have been together for 30 years, or 10,000 days, and we've exchanged lots of vitamin T over the course of 3 decades, but my personal favorite, besides hugs, is to kiss.